Somewhere. On a twisted stage. Not very far away. Twysted Quickie Theatre presents twisted shorts for fun and folly. And more. Flora Fondley here, and feeling just the tiniest little bit nostalgic today. Who doesn't like to remember those long ago days of yore when life on the dusty prairie was hard and the men were harder and the women were even harder yet, at the very least to get a date with, when the days were filled with horses and oats and smoky saloons, and there was always a fist fight or a shootout going on somewhere. Sure, it was just on the TV, with lots of annoying commercial breaks scattered along the dusty trail, but we always knew who the bad guys were, and mostly who the bad girls were, too. Which kinda sorta leads me to our twisted little rhymey main course for the day, a rollickin' little frontier ditty I like to call Slimmy Goes to Town. Slimmy headed into town to get some feed one day, but then his horse began to stall, and it broke down along the way. And so, he had to leave it, and he pushed it off the road, and figured, when he got to town, he'd try to have it towed. But, when he finally got there, he got a big surprise. The whole dang town was overrun with nasty varmint guys. Now, Slimmy had his 6-gun, and his shootin' was okay, but he was really bad outnumbered, and had no ammo, anyway. But, good old Slim, he had a plan that popped into his head. Since shootouts weren't no option, he'd just blow him up, instead. And so, he went to make his way to the local hardware store. When he realized he was out of cash, he'd spent it all on horse. But, suddenly, he looked around, and all the signs got his attention. The bad guys weren't bad guys at all, they were just in town for a convention. And so, he hit the trail again, though still a bit confounded. But he still had one more shock in store. It seemed his horse had been impounded. Okay, so I'm really not all that sure just what the moral is to this one, but I'm pretty sure there's one in there somewhere. Maybe it's that nostalgia isn't all it's cracked up to be. Or not. Okay, so maybe we'll have a little better luck with this one. Surely there's some sort of moral to be found in. Well, you'll find out. Here it is. Arnie had a talent that no one else could do. He'd do it in the local bar, and at parties sometimes, too. He'd eat a bean burrito, sometimes 2 or 3 or more, then he'd fly around the room and sometimes even out the door. One time Arnie flew too high, and he forgot where he was at, then he suddenly ran out of gas. Now Arnie's one big splat. There's a moral to this gassy tale that isn't hard to tell. Showing off can turn out bad, and it leaves a stinky smell. Alas, that's the thing about profound and meaningful rhymey stuff, sometimes you just have to get it out, and so we have. We learned a little moral and we even had a little bit of a gas at it along the way. And so, until next time, keep an eye on your horse and your gas to yourself, and don't forget to read the signs, because they might just say, more goodies are coming soon. And don't forget to visit www.jamiesontucker.com for a whole lot more twisted fun. Go ahead, seriously. You know you want to.